If you want your 2015 style mirrors to function as running lights and turn signals, please watch this easy to follow installation video on Boost Auto Parts dual function wiring harness. This wiring harness gets the forward facing light to dual function as a running light and turn signal, all while maintaining the turn signal functionality in the glass. First thing we need to do is go ahead and remove the glass. If you do break the glass, Boost Auto Parts does carry replacement glass. So what you want to do is first slide the top glass all the way up, just like so. Then you want to put your 4 fingers under the top glass just like this. Put your thumb right here, pry up very slowly, steady pressure, and you'll see the top glass pulls off just like this. Now go ahead and remove the wires for the defrost. Those should just pull right off just like that. And go ahead and remove the wires for the signal just like that. Now you can set the glass off to the side. Now to remove the bottom one, it's very much one and the same. You're simply going to put your finger under, put your thumb over on the body of the mirror, and pull up, just like that. Now you need to just grab a standard Phillips head screwdriver, and there's 4 screws holding this together. There's one here, 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 and here. So you're just going to go ahead and remove those 4 screws. Now after those 4 screws are removed, you're just going to remove this top cap, and this white LED light has a plug in it. You're just going to reach behind and undo that connector, and then this can just be set off to the side. Now what we need to go ahead and do is manually telescope the mirror all the way up. So we're just going to grab one end of it just like this, one end down here, and telescope it out just like that. Now if we take a look very closely, we can see there's a slight divot right here. And also there's going to be the same one right down here. What we're going to go ahead and do is take a flathead screwdriver and just get under that right there. Kind of loosen one side, then we'll come over to the other side, come to the same divot, just lightly tap with the screwdriver. As you can see, pull it right out. And now the shorter end of the wiring harness, this end right here, needs to be ran through the body of the mirror itself. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is pull this gasket material back and out of our way. Next, we're going to take that stripped end and we're going to run it exactly where the existing harness goes. Now, as you can see, it's right here. So I'm just going to grab my pick and come up with it, just like so. And then we've got it run through there. Boost Auto Parts harnesses are ran with a special kind of wire that is abrasive resistant. So you don't have to worry too much about any shorts or anything like that. Now you're going to go ahead and pull on this to feed the majority of the wire up through, just like so. We're going to take the connector and we're going to run it right through the middle here where the existing harness runs through, just like that. Continue pulling the wire through, just like so. So that pretty much only thing coming out is this right here. Now, simply run the orange wire the same way the other harness runs. So we're just going to run it right through the body, just like that. As you can see, it's tucked in. Now if you want to zip tie it to this existing harness, that's okay. Now go ahead and unplug the forward-facing light. Make sure you leave enough on the end of this connector, but you're just going to come ahead right here and snip both wires, the black and the blue. This black wire can be capped off with a piece of electrical tape. The blue wire, on the other hand, I'm going to go ahead and pull off. This is 18 gauge wire, and you're just going to strip the end of it so that the copper wire is exposed. Now we need to install this piece of the harness. This orange wire is going to link up with the other orange wire that we just ran through the base of the mirror. The blue wire is going to link up with this blue wire that was existing in the mirror. So now we're going to go ahead and take this orange wire and put it in right like this. And you're going to take some pliers and you're going to crimp that connection right there. These butt connectors are shrink wrap connectors, and so they will be watertight. What you need to do is get some sort of heat source. In this case, we're going to go ahead and use a lighter, and you do not want to apply the flame directly to it, but you want to get the heat right near it Like that, it shrunk down and grab hold of the wire. So grab your harness, grab the existing blue wire, run it into the harness, just like so, and crimp it. Let the heat come up without letting the flame come directly in contact with the connector. Now on the end that actually plugged into the light originally, we're going to take our wire strippers, and again this is 18 gauge wire, and we're just going to strip the end of it off on both the blue and the black. And now we're going to take our blue wire on the end of the connector here and put it into the orange output right at the end here, just like so. And we're going to take our pliers and crimp that connection. And now again, without applying a direct flame, we're going to let the heat come up and shrink the butt connector. Now locate the gray wire, which should be the ground wire, for the white clearance light. You're going to take your blue T-tap connector and come directly over the gray wire, sandwiching it in the middle, right like that. I'm going to go maybe an inch, inch and a half back. Now close the T-tap connector until you hear it click. Now grab your pliers and just give it a little bit of an extra click. Just like so. Now you're going to take this short black harness lead and plug it into the T-tap connector, just like that. Now on the end of the yellow connector, you're going to take the black wire and put it into this butt connector, again, just like so. And using your pliers, you're going to crimp it. Now apply heat around the end of it. Now you're going to go ahead and get the yellow harness and plug it back into the running light. Should just click right back in. Now you're going to pull the original wiring harness slightly out of the way, take this square piece and put it straight down into that crevice right there. Now we're going to go ahead and get this plastic piece with the white clearance light, and we're going to carefully get this harness and plug it back in. Just like so. And then this should nicely sit back down into the holes. Now you're going to go ahead and tighten those 4 screws. Now we're going to go ahead and take our large glass and reconnect the defrost connectors. And you're going to go ahead and take the connector for the signal in the glass and just put it right back on. Tabs are within these 3 things right here. So go like that, push it down, and then you're going to just firmly push down until you hear a click. And you're going to take the bottom glass, just put it right on top just like that, and push down. Now we need to go ahead and put this top cap back on. You first want to slide it in and line it up with the tabs underneath, and then firmly push down and it will snap back together. Just like so. Now you're going to get the longer end of the harness, come up, snap the connector together just like so, and the end of this needs to be ran into the truck to a running light power feed. And for additional circuit protection, there is also an inline 1 amp fuse. Now the other really important part about all this is your mirror should have came with a harness that looks like this. This is for hooking up the white clearance light. So this plugs in to the original harness protruding from the thing, just like this. Now the white wire needs to be ran to a power feed for the clearance light. This gray wire needs to be ran to body ground. If this body ground is not hooked up solid, your front forward facing light will not function properly because we're using the ground from this to power that forward facing light. Boost Auto Parts, aftermarket, accessory solutions.